Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky, and today we are reviewing the L'Oreal True Match Super-Blendable Foundation. So yeah, they sent this over a couple of weeks ago, and I've been testing it, trying it out in different ways and different primers and all of that jazz application techniques. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the demo, the claims, and all that jazz. Also, a wear test. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying this foundation. First thing I'm going to do is put on a little bit of the Vitamin Rich Face Base from Bobbi Brown because I just wanted a little bit of moisture on the skin. I applied my skincare hours ago at this point, and I've been feeling a little bit dry. Did some exfoliating. So I'm a little bit dry today. So I'm going to put on some Vitamin Rich Face Base and then move on to the foundation application. I will tell you right now, I prefer applying this with a damp beauty sponge over a brush or any other technique. I find that it just gives a very flawless, beautiful application, and it just looks really good with a sponge. I think that is just kind of the way to go for me with this particular foundation. Some foundations I prefer with a brush. Some, it doesn't really make me much difference. So let's get into some of the claims about this product. The True Match Super-Blendable Foundation comes in 47 shades. It retails for $13.99 at Ulta. I have the shade N2, which is like one of the most perfect matches I have ever found in a foundation. Like, it truly blends right into my neck and looks so perfect as far as the blend goes, as far as like the color match. Perfect. It says here that this locks in moisture and provides medium coverage. I do think it gives a true medium coverage, but it can also be sheared out to do a nice light coverage as well. And it definitely can be built to cover any redness and flaws and freckles and all that. I'm more of a light-handed, light coverage kind of gal, so applying it with a sponge with a light hand really is ideal for me. But it is definitely buildable, and you can get great coverage from this. It claims to have a natural finish that adapts to any skin tone and texture. I actually really do agree with that. This foundation truly just adapts to my skin. It looks like my skin. It has a very natural finish to it. It's not super radiant. It's not glowy. It's not matte. It is kind of that satin skin-like. Just looks pretty on the skin. It's very just a good, like, solid product. And I still can't get over how great the shade just blends on my skin. And it doesn't emphasize any texture or anything like that. If anything, it kind of blurs it just a bit. It's also really easy to apply. I feel like it just kind of flows into your skin, and it's one that you don't have to be so careful with when you're applying. It just goes on and it just looks good. It's very easy. It also says it is formulated with up to 6 pigments for the most precise match, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know how many pigments exactly is in N2, but again, fantastic shade match. I don't think I've ever seen such a perfect shade match for me. It claims to be super blendable, where you can't tell where your foundation ends and your skin begins. Definitely, I agree with that. It does just flow right into my skin tone. And the texture, everything, it just looks one with my skin, which is fantastic. It looks beautiful. It says it is available in various skin-like shades that go beyond matching skin tone, but also the undertones in cool, warm, and neutral. It's formulated without alcohol, no fragrance, and has no animal-derived products, and it's vegan. So yeah, I think this is like a reformulated version of the original True Match foundation, which was kind of a classic product, and I always thought it was a really good, solid foundation. And this is great. It is just truly a nice go-to product, and I've tested it with multiple primers, multiple concealers, multiple powders, and it's just been solid. It's performed well with everything. Like, it's very much a trusty kind of go-to product, and I'm really happy with that. The price point isn't too crazy at $13.99, where some foundations are retailing closer to $20 these days. You do get a fluid ounce in here, which is standard, and I do like that it has a pump that is a definite improvement over the previous iterations of the True Match foundation. Picking my shade, I was going in blind. I was going off of swatches sent in an email, and I'm amazed at how nice it blends with my skin. And from what I've noticed with the wear time thus far is that it wears very gracefully. It's not going to wear you know, 100 hours bulletproof type of product, but it's one that does wear gracefully. As it starts to break down, your oils will break through a little bit. It doesn't break apart and look cakey or anything like that. It just kind of wears in and doesn't look obvious. Like, you can just throw a little powder on, you're good to go. And yeah, I think that it's done a great job so far. So yeah, I think we will do a nice little wear test today. It is currently 7 a.m. and we're going to see how long this stays on the skin. I'll probably try to keep it on until at least 7 o'clock tonight. We can get maybe a good 12 hours in, see what it looks like by the end of the day. Now, I have combo 36-year-old skin, so there's a little bit of fine line, a little bit of that going on. And currently my skin's been a little bit on the drier side, just some surface dryness from weather changing, and I did some exfoliating. So I was testing out a new exfoliating product. So things are just a hair dry, hence the extra moisturizer today. But so otherwise, on days when my skin's been a little oilier, I think it's performed pretty good. I did do a very light setting powder layer across the skin, like very minimal amount of the Maybelline Fit Me, which is a powder I've used and loved for a million years and know what to expect from it. So I just did a very light application of that, just kind of in the T-zone mostly, and just to keep things from feeling tacky. This foundation does almost set down just a touch to where it doesn't feel tacky on the skin. When you go to touch it, it kind of dries down just a little bit, and that does remind me of the older formulation of the True Match, where it did kind of dry down a bit without looking super matte and dry. Obviously, this is the way we are looking right now, so let me give you a little close-up so you can really see the detail. I do have a little line right here and right here. Those are always there. Every foundation I wear, it looks like that. And this is definitely one of the better looking ones in the chin and mouth region on me. That's where I tend to crease more than anything. It's looking really smooth on the forehead. Cheeks look great. And yeah, all my redness is covered. I can still see a little bit of my freckles coming through, but I didn't build up like a super heavy application. But there has, I think yesterday I applied it and I really did like a almost full coverage layer of it. And it definitely blanked everything out. So yeah, it's very buildable. I think this is a really good one for anybody who just wants a foundation that they can trust. But anyway, we'll get on to that wear test and I will give you my final thoughts at the end of the video. So, on to it. Okay, it's been almost 12 hours this has been on, this foundation. It is currently 6 p.m. It has been on my face since 7 a.m. What is this? I took a nap. I look shiny, pretty shiny. But again, we're at 11 hours and I've napped. I think we're looking pretty good. Also, napping in fall season is not a good idea. And how do I still have lipstick on? Anyway, yeah, we are a bit shiny, but I got kind of hot while I was napping. I got a little bit where it's messed up here. But I think that was more just me scratching my face in my sleep or something. So we're going to do a little touch up just because I am going to get dinner and I don't want to go get dinner looking like this. Yeah, we definitely a little shiny. So what I do is I'm just taking my sponge from earlier, just tapping out anything. I don't see like it's like gathering or anything or breaking up. I had a couple spots that was like me where I like jabbed my finger in my face or something. Not bad with just a little bit of this action. I can definitely see where it's messed up over here, but this side looks fine. So I think that is more of a me thing where I laid on it or something. Yeah, because I sleep on this side. So I probably just got smooshed while I was napping. But it's nothing a little powder can't fix. So what I'm going to do is do a little touch up with a bit of powder. So I'm just going to touch up a little bit of my number 7 Perfect Light. I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to do this number just to take down some of that shine. And that did just fine. Yeah, the wonkiness of the makeup is definitely just me, because I think I was laying on that side. Because the other side looks pretty good. Yeah, I definitely laying on that side because this eyebrow's like got a bald patch in it too. So let's try to fix that. So here's a close-up after touching things up. Is it perfect? No, but I think we're fine just to go get dinner. Again, it's been on my face 11 hours. And it did touch up easily. And it's not like it's breaking apart or anything. It's more I smushed my face into the pillow. I needed a nap, man. I could not stay awake today. I feel... I'll go back to bed. I'm gonna brush my hair. And yeah, I'll see you guys before I wash my face this evening and we'll see how things look. Okay. It is 10 p.m. It is time for bed. The lashes are gone. But I think overall, considering this foundation has been on 12, 30, about 15 hours at this point. I think we're doing pretty good. My math may be off. I'm not good at math. But, I mean, yeah, I was scratching right here. It itched. And so I do have a spot missing there. But otherwise, I think it held up pretty good considering, and that I took a nap in it. And yeah, just a little shiny. But again, I think touching up wouldn't hurt with this one. I think it would do fine. It's kind of just a good, like, solid foundation. It looks good on the skin. It's just a, I would call it kind of that classic foundation formula that you can kind of rely on. It's not claiming to do anything miraculous or crazy, but it does what it claims to do, as in not get dry looking. Like, my skin feels hydrated. The shade match and the claims about, you know, blending into the skin, being super blendable, definitely there. And yeah, I think it's a pretty foundation and I am not mad at it. So that is my thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.